Hey, how's it going, guys? My name is Jackie Fish and welcome back to Total War Rome Remastered. And I thought today would be a fun day to go ahead and relive my older memories of the original Total War Rome and basically dive into some custom battles and basically just do exactly what I used to do. I used to spend hours upon hours on just fighting random custom scenarios, trying my best to create some fun and interesting things. And the first thing, which I think a lot of us did as children, was to basically go ahead and fight a bridge battle and go ahead and just kill thousands upon thousands of enemy units with some Royal Spartans just sitting at one side of a bridge. I know I definitely did that. You can also go ahead and give them some armor upgrades as well, just to make sure that they are raring to go. They're not going to need it at all, but it'll also be fun to go ahead and just fully stock them up, raring with that ability to dive into the enemy who we're fighting as well. Just got a bunch of these Persian infantrymen. We'll go ahead and truly fill out their roster as well. So not a tiny battle, honestly. 5,500 men, not too bad. I've just got a bunch of Spartan hoplites. I've got some of the incendiary pigs because why not, and then also Cretan archers. And as I said, I used to do this so much as a kid. I don't really know why, whether it was Spartans versus urban cohorts, whether it was just soldiers at the end of the bridge, whether it was just an entire army of war dogs or pigs. It really was super fun indeed, men. Prepare yourself for battle as the enemy will be relentless. Now I think I've chosen a river crossing without any ability to get across, but this kind of looks like you can get across, so we'll have to see if there is any other crossings. I don't think there is, which obviously will work out very well for me. So there's big debate in the Total War Rome community on what is actually better when you're defending a bridge battle. Is it better to go ahead and do this and basically just hold that river crossing? Is it better to go ahead and do this and basically just have your ability attacking from two sides of that triangle? Personally, I am a big fan on the square. I love to bring the enemy in the square and then just hit them from every single side. I think it's very effective. And then I just kind of like one unit there and then another unit I bring in right here. But let me know in the comments, what you think is the best when it comes to the square, triangle, or just line formation. As well as that, make sure you let me know in the comments what you used to do as a kid if you did play this as a child. What type of things did you get up to? What type of scenarios did you fight? And will you be redoing them when Total War Rome Remastered does come out? So let's go ahead and move our archers into position. We'll hammer the enemy with a handful of Cretan archer fire, which is always super deadly, and try and whistle down their numbers, because as you can see, we are severely outnumbered. If we take a look at the actual balance of power, you can see that we have just 680 men up against 4,800. But we should be able to help even that out a little bit. As I said, I don't think there is a river crossing, but let's just double check anywhere. Anywhere I can place units here. Oh, yeah, here maybe? Oh, yeah, I think there is actually another river crossing here, like I said. Maybe, but I'm not actually too sure. Either way, the archers should be getting into position right now. The enemy should be coming into my range very soon. And then we can start hammering them with our missile fire, because our noob box is very much, very much here now. And you can see that these guys are ready for combat. The Spartans, unbreachable war. The arrow fire is actually already coming in over in this direction, hammering down some of the Persian infantry, who, might I say, actually look really good. They've done a great job with a remaster. I love the Persian shields. They are, of course, lightly armored, so not going to be anything too special as they move in. And we also got arrow fire over here. Let's go ahead and give them a fire arrow volley as well. Why not? Let's see what the fire arrows look like in the remaster, because I don't think I've actually seen them quite yet. So the next volley should be covered in flame, which will obviously help reduce the enemy morale as the infantry do move further and further forward. And here we go. Going to be hitting a handful of these soldiers, burning them to a crisp. But little do they know, the incendiary pigs are awaiting across this river. Perfect. Okay, cool. Let's go back to normal fire now. Probably does way more damage. And we can speed things up a little. The enemy are actually going to be super aggressive as they're coming across here, but immediately break. That is hilarious. They literally run into the pikes, and they're actually, I think they're also trying to route through my units as well, which is not going to gain them anything. So already that's one unit taken care of. The next ones are coming in and again immediately routing on the touch. I can't believe I literally used to do this as a child so much. I can't believe how much fun this used to give me. But hey, it led me to great things, of course. Able to now redo this. But the real question is here as well is what do we do with our archers now that we have got them set up? Do we go ahead and just form them into the side and then just like really start hitting this enemy formation? Definitely could be a good idea. And do we start pushing on the bridge as they slowly filter in? Because now this is where the enemy numbers really start to come into play, right? They're going to be slowly trickling in. But they're actually already in my pike phalanx. So it's probably not a bad idea to make sure we go ahead and adjust that. You know, whenever we're seeing like a little bit of a gap, we go ahead and reinforce. We don't have a ton of like, you know, extra men. Bring up the pigs as well. Let's go ahead and hammer them with some missile fire there. Cretan archers should have an absolute field day here. Firing their arrows right into the side of the enemy units. And there's barely any, there's like no protection whatsoever. Unfortunately, nobody's in the water quite yet. Oh, these guys really need to reform. Yeah, quickly reform. And yeah, we're barely even letting them come in. Which is nice. I kind of want to reform these guys up a little bit. Because ideally, I want to let them come more into my box. The reason they're not, though... Oh, you guys do not want to go there. Please come back. Oh, no. Pathfinding, come on. Do not abandon me this day. Very nice. Enemy general has now been taken down. That's going to be pretty much perfect for us as they continue to filter in. I do want to try and bring back a couple of my units though and give them the option to kind of come into our new box a little bit, like open it up somewhat. But the archers must be racking up hundreds of kills. Obviously we have our pigs as well, so maybe opening up the box would be a good idea. It does seem there's like some crazy pathfinding issues here. My unit's like trying to get stuck in here, but also messing up. Maybe if I get them out of pike formation, that'll be pretty good. Oh my god, the morale on the enemy units. Okay, it's pig time, boys. It's pig time. Can we set them ablaze? Do we just go ablaze or what? Come on, boys. So what do they do? Do the pigs actually get to set on fire and then charge into the enemy? And there you go. The enemy general is routing. This unit of Spartans is having a good time. Yeah, it seems like the pigs haven't been doing great, honestly. I got a nice little achievement though. There you go. Now the pigs are aflame. That's exactly what we want to see. This unit is still messing up. I have no idea what it's doing. And look at that. The entire enemy formation is just running. Now is the time to push in. Everybody gets stuck in and just cut them down. With the support of the pigs, we must stand an amazing chance. There you go, another pig being set ablaze. And just hundreds upon hundreds of kills. Fire arrows coming in. I'm surprised there's even anything still left remaining. Yeah, look at them just filter across. Another enemy general now taken care of. Honestly, it would not be a bad idea to go ahead and have some more units just at the end, just really ready to cut them down. We just don't need it. I mean, look at that. And that balance of power bar is shifting so in my favor. That is absolutely perfect. And the last remnants are now being killed. Barely anything left in their units. As they just get truly chopped down by my infantry. And boom, just like that, victory is ours. Over 4,000 casualties inflicted on the enemy lines, and we literally lost 15 men. So a true victory indeed. Casualty-wise, you can see the Spartan hoplites have over 100 kills. The Cretan archers actually doing really badly. I was surprised by that. The next thing I used to love doing was going ahead and unleashing the dogs of war. So we are on the classic grassy flatlands, you know, obviously a wonderful map indeed. And I've got myself an entire army of war dogs fully chevroned up. Now, I don't know if the dogs benefit from this. I know obviously the guard do, but I'm not actually sure if the dogs do. And we are going up against a fairly decent pre-Marian army. We've got a bunch of Astartes and Principes in there. Might even give them an additional unit of Principes right there. And we have some Triarii. So honestly, no slacking units right there. And we're going to throw in our dogs and just basically see if they have what it takes to actually bring down the enemy battle line, and I'm sure they do, because whenever I used to do this as a kid, they used to absolutely demolish the enemy. But no one's found to support us. Never really got that. I mean, look at that as well. That is a pretty mighty war dog formation. The enemy are just across the field from us in a beautiful formation of their own. I'm not going to lie, we've got the Hastati, the Principes, and then the Triarii as well, leading up the rear, ready to kneel for our lines. So let's go ahead and kick off. I don't know, let's go kick off. Let's send some war dogs off, because I'm interested to see how well they are going to do on the initial charge against these guys. And then we obviously have all these guys in reserve. So let's unleash the dogs of war. You can see them getting ready to get closer and closer on the enemy, and we'll run these guys up as well, just truly get them into position as quickly as possible before the dogs do go off into combat. The enemy are actually closing the distance on us as well, and boom. There you go, the dogs are now charging at the enemy lines. Luckily, we're not receiving a volley of Peeler as well. And just smashing into them. Obviously, that initial charge is what's going to be doing the majority of the damage. Not doing as well against the Principes, but still able to obviously get stuck in. And we obviously also have all these infantrymen as well, so we can definitely throw them up. Okay, we're going to have to reinforce up here. I do not want them outflanking me. We can also maybe try and outflank the enemy lines as well. Obviously, the dogs are just going to be, you know, charging at whatever they see and really doing an amazing job. I mean, they're wavering, but I can't imagine the dogs will ever retreat. Let's maybe just come around here and see if we can envelop a few of the enemy lines here. So another unit for Hastati. This is maybe one of the units we could end up breaking, especially if we tap them from behind. And boom, just like that, the Romans are being smashed. Let's do the same over on this side then. Gotta go ahead and respect them war dogs. Let's go get some of our handlers in as well. Why not? I'm happy with that. And then the war dogs should be coming over. So we still have, you know, we still have a lot of ammunition in the rest of our war dogs as well. Maybe try and get them through this gap. Get these handlers through the gap as well. So obviously we're going to want to try and, yeah, let's maybe just try and outflank these guys a little maybe. Because it's all about following up, right? And that's why it's great having the handlers as well. Is because they can also move in and do damage. I mean, they have ripped through this initial line pretty effectively. Just not quite enough to rout the enemy quite yet. Maybe try and get these guys through. Throwing some more of the handlers. Oh my god, look at them war dogs just chasing these poor routing units. Now, this is one of the downsides, obviously, is you can't redirect them. They're going to go and chase whatever they're chasing. So we're going to actually lose a handful of war dogs that way. But it shouldn't be the end of the world. We have plenty in reserve to keep on sending up. I say plenty. We only have a handful now. Let's go and unleash the dogs of war at the back here. Which these guys are obviously Triarii, though, so a lot more heavily armored than their Principe and Hastati counterparts. But the dogs are still going to come in. And then hitting them in the back. I don't think that's going to be enough to rout them, though, even though we are engaging on two fronts. Where the hell are you guys going? Yeah, the Triarii are shaken, but they're still holding firm. So obviously, guys, smash these guys. We're going to have to definitely throw some more dogs in there. You guys get stuck in there. And also I want the handlers to come in there as well. Yeah, routing some more. We'll have these guys as well. Nice, nice, nice. We'll go in there then with them dogs. Keep on pushing another dog charge right there. And also touching the handlers. Did we break the Triarii? No, it's more Hastati there. The Triarii are fighting to the last though. And they're broken, I lied. They've broken as well. Let's go and obviously go deal with these guys. We still have 2 units left, right? Obviously, their general is going to be a key one to take down. So let's maybe send a unit there and then bring one over here. It seems like they are fairly heavily focused on me right here. But yeah, the dogs are just chasing them down. I mean, look at these poor men running for their lives as the dogs are relentless. Even out of the battlefield, they're still chasing them down. Good job indeed. I think that's going to be the Scipii as, again, these poor men here just running as the dogs are just hounding them. Pun intended. And yeah, there is literally nothing left, right? It's just the enemy general unit. He's about to be smashed by another line.
General flees. Press forward so the spirit of his army is broken too.
Unfortunately, I do not think he is going to be alive much longer.
The enemy general is killed. Fear makes a home in our enemies' hearts.
And that's him taken down, and boom, the battle has been won. My god, that was a slaughter. Obviously, the unit count doesn't take into account all the dogs.
Heroic victory, worthy of Roman arms.
But my god, that was a doom stack and a half right there. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. That's where we're going to go ahead and wrap it up. If you want to see more videos like this, you have any good suggestions on what I should do next, leave them down below in the comments. And I'll see you guys in the next one.